Okay, as promised, I'm here live tonight for episode 2 of Dine After 9, and we're doing cedar plank salmon. I hope everyone can hear me. Oh, looks like we got somebody. Can everybody hear me? Denise, can you hear me? Doing a comms check. Hello? Comms check? Okay, got it. All right, so here we go. So first of all, welcome. Good, you can hear me. Okay, so welcome. Hopefully you've all started to soak your cedar planks. Very important that the wood for the cedar is very, very moist so that they don't flare up and burn away when we grill them later. So we're gonna get started. So a couple things, we're gonna do rice. We're gonna do the salmon, which is gonna be a little bit interesting because it's the first time I'm gonna have to actually move outside to do the grill, but that should be fun. And then we're also gonna do asparagus, and we're gonna blanch the asparagus. So that's the plan. But before we get started, the most important thing is our drink. So let's grab our wine. So if you actually went out and bought it, we have the Governor's Bay Sauvignon Blanc from the Marlborough region of New Zealand. And so for those of you that don't know about New Zealand, there's about 10 wine regions in New Zealand. And this comes from the Marlborough region, which is in the northeast tip of New Zealand. And that's actually what put New Zealand on the map and made them famous. And that's where all their delicious Sauvignon Blanc comes from. So I've never actually had this, had pretty good reviews. So this will be the first time I'm going to drink it. So here we go. Let's open this up and get the party started. Put my little aerator in there. Ooh, that's not good. And let's give it a shot. All right. We'll have more of that for later. So cheers to everybody, and let's get the party started. Very good. I chose Sauvignon Blanc because there's a little bit of cedar in it. Got that oakiness, but it's also got that crispy, delicious flavor, and definitely want to drink it nice and cold. So definitely important to drink that. All right, so first things first, we got to get the rice started because the rice is going to take us 25 minutes. So I got a little electric kettle. So get the water started. You can do it however you want, but I like to start the water. Now we got to grab our rice. So per the ingredients, I got jasmine rice. I'm going to do a cup of jasmine rice. So let me go ahead and do that. I got 1, 2. All right. Now, what I'm going to do first is something that you may or may not be familiar with, and it's called toasting the rice. So definitely want to toast the rice first. That allows you to get the flavors going, and it opens up the rice, and it gets it nice and toasty, and definitely doesn't change the texture all that much. So that's a little olive oil. We're going to put some of the dry thyme in there. Let's put a little thyme because thyme is our friend today. And I'm going to put a little minced onion. I know I didn't have that. Oh, I did have that on the recipe. So a little minced onion, just a couple minced onions in there. And 3 tablespoons of salt, or not, sorry, teaspoons of salt. But I just do pinches. 1, 2, 3. All right. So let's get this started. Start toasting. So what you want is you're going to start seeing the onions start to get brown, little onion chips, and the rice will start to kind of turn a little white in some of them because they're getting, hot. You're not going to really hear a sear though, so don't expect to hear that. But it is cooking. It is doing what it's intended to do. Okay, so we're going to just keep toasting this for a little bit. We got it in here. Let's just take a look. All right, we got some people. All right, so we'll get the rice toasting. Smells good too. You know, get the thyme in the air, got some onions. And we're just gonna keep doing this until about the time our water is ready. And I'm an exact science kind of guy, so 2 to 1, exactly 2 to 1 ratio. So if we did a cup of rice, we're gonna do how many people? That's right, 2 cups of water. All right, get that going a little more. All right, almost ready on that. Let me get the salmon out. We're going to talk about the salmon in a little bit. One of the things that I don't normally do, it'll be the first time I've done it, so I am kind of veering away from my standard recipe, but I normally take the skin off of salmon. But apparently, supposedly the skin is supposed to protect the salmon from getting dried out when you're cooking it. I've never had dried salmon, but why not? And it saves me a step because it's always a big pain in the butt and you end up losing a little bit of the salmon when you chop it off, when you try to take the skin off uncooked. So I'm going to do it after the fact. So hopefully it comes out okay. Otherwise, I won't hear the end of it from you guys. All right. So we should be good on the water. And we're going to get our measuring cup here, and we're going to do 2 cups. So here's cup number 1. And cup number 2. All right. So that's the water. And put your lid on. And just kind of get it so that the water starts to boil, and you're going to set your timer for 23 minutes. So let's put our timer on. And what's going to happen is once we hit the 23-minute mark, we're going to kill the heat, and then we're going to set the rice aside for like 5 minutes. So hopefully this whole meal should take us right around 35, 40 minutes. I don't want to take us too much longer than that. All right, so we're boiling now, so we're going to drop it down to a simmer, and we're going to let that cook. All right, so what's next? I'm going to run outside for 2 seconds because I was supposed to start the grill, and I didn't do it. But I will tell you one thing. If you don't have a grill, you can actually do cedar plank salmon in your oven. What you would do is when you get ready to prepare yourself to put the salmon, you take the wood planks and you stick them right on the rack in the oven while it's preheating, and you put it on, I think it's like 325 or 350, and then once the temperature comes up, you just flip those puppies over and stick your salmon on it, and then you cook it. But I've never done it in the oven, but I usually do it on the grill. So I'm going to run outside real quick to start the grill, and then I will come back, and then when we go actually cook it, we're going to walk outside with the camera. So 2 seconds. So grill's started. So what else do we got going on? We got fresh thyme right here. That's in our bowl. So we're going to use that on top of the salmon. Got to get our Dijon mustard. Okay, Grey Poupon. I don't cheap out. You can buy Dijon mustard, and I'm sure it'll taste pretty good, but, you know, spend the extra money. All right. So Dijon mustard. We need garlic powder. Where are you at? Okay, we got our garlic powder. And we have our salt and pepper. And last but not least, our friend olive oil. Okay, so we're gonna need a spoon, and since I'm a man for sanitation, Let me move this over a little bit. I don't want you guys to miss all the action. There we go. We're going to wash our hands. So let's do that. Always wash your hands. All right, and we need lemons. Hopefully you brought your lemons. I don't know why this thing's auto-focusing. I should have turned that off. All right, so we got our lemons right here, and no, I'm not going to juggle. All right, so salmon. I'm using 1.5 pounds of salmon. 8 ounces is normally about ½ pound of salmon. I'm actually cooking this for my in-laws. They're here helping me with the children. And actually my father-in-law was going to actually join me today, but fortunately he's with my with the baby because he woke up right before we went live. But when he joins us, I'm going to pour him a glass of wine. All right, so here we go. All right, so we took out our salmon. So here's our salmon. This is a 8-ounce piece of salmon right here. It's exactly ½ pound. And you ask, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows why salmon's orange, but in the wild, salmon turns orange because of all the krill and the shrimp that the salmon ingest in the ocean. But for us Publix purchasers, we get something called farm-raised salmon. And in farm-raised salmon, the actual flesh color of the salmon would be more of like a gray, like your standard, you know, trout or something, like a whiter fish. And then they add these, they call them pinkish pellets, which basically create this orangey kind of look that you see here. So I'm not sure if those are good or bad, but at least our salmon's the right color. Anyhow, all right, so get that going. And then I got a nice big fat piece right here, which I'm going to go ahead and cut in half. Boom, jiggling. All right, so I'm going to get a ½ piece of that. Let's get that cut. Clean my hands a little bit. All right. Let's see, we're going to use this. We'll do one. Massive piece of salmon here, so I'm going to just, whatever. We'll cook it big, and if, you know, my father-in-law, he'll eat it. You know what I mean? All right, so here we go. So first things first is we're going to put the olive oil on there. So let's go ahead and throw some olive oil on our salmon. Just a little to give it a little taste. Okay? Not a lot, just a little. Don't get crazy. You got to massage it in there, okay? Then we're going to open our Dijon mustard. Doesn't take a long time for my grill to heat up either, so that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And it's exactly 15 minutes on the grill. No more, no less. All right, so you take the Dijon mustard in a spoon. We're going to go ahead and just flap it on there. Don't worry about putting a little too much because we're not going to overdo it. So you just rub the salmon on there, or not the salmon, you rub the mustard all over the salmon, okay? Get it on there, got to cover every ounce of it. So get that salmon, and I'll bring this over to you all so you can see it after if you're wondering what it looks like. It just looks like salmon and mustard. All right, so get that going here. Get that all over there. Okay, so here, see? Salmon with mustard on it, okay? Don't get crazy. I know some of you are going like, that's disgusting. There's salmon with mustard all over, but after you try it, you're going to be pretty impressed. All right, garlic powder. Okay. Do a little cracked pepper. You can use pepper powder if that's all you got. But invest in a good pepper grinder because that's just a little bit ridiculous. And some kosher salt. There we go. All right. And last but not least, like I said before, our fresh thyme. So we're going to use that. Just go ahead and just kind of, you know, rip it up. Rip it up on there. You know, the one thing I don't like about fresh thyme is it's a pain in the ass to pull all the little leaves off the sprigs. So if you don't want to deal with that, then I would go ahead and sprinkle some dried thyme because that works just as well. But I feel like going fresh today. I like to be fresh. All right, so while we're waiting on that, put our mustard away. Ooh, got a mustard on my hands. Also, if you haven't done this and you are cooking with us, make sure you got a pot of water kind of ready to boil because we're going to blanch the asparagus. And by blanch, basically all that just means is you're going to boil something pretty quickly, and then you would normally take it out and just throw it in some ice water, which basically shocks the whatever you take out of the boiling water and stops the cooking process immediately. But I don't do that. I do something a little different. But, you know, who am I to tell you what to do? You can throw it in ice water, but I've done both and not that big of a deal. But anyhow, cheers. Let's go to let's see what we got. Are you wearing flip-flops? No, I'm not wearing flip-flops. And in fact, I'm wearing no shoes. And there's two changes that I did. So the first change I told you about was I'm going to cook salmon with the skin on because I normally don't do that. And why I don't do that is all the impurities and the mercury and all the garbage that the fish eat gets excreted to their skin. And I don't like that. But again, you can just yak that skin off right at the end. So we're going to try it, but don't hold it against me if it tastes like shit. And then the other thing is I'm actually wearing pants because the last time I did this, I was wearing shorts and I got a lot of shit for that too. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah. All right, good. Anyhow, let's keep drinking because calms the nerves. No chanclas, yeah. My brother-in-law is talking to me. Okay, so let me go check the grill temp, and then we're going to walk out there. Hold on, let me see. What do we got? Yep. All right, so the grill's at temp. My father-in-law is not here, which is going to be kind of a pain in the butt to move all this stuff, but we're going to go ahead and improvise. So here's our cedar planks. All right, bought these at Publix. #1 company to work for, by the way. So, you know, for all you people that don't live in Florida or the Southeast, you don't have your Publix, I'm sorry. But here in Florida, we have it, and this is what I buy. But I'm pretty sure they have these in other stores. So, Fire and Flavor, you can buy them on Amazon as well. And no, they're not sponsoring the show. And I have a cheap-ass friend that buys cedar plank or cedar shims at Home Depot. I'm not exactly a fan of buying stuff at a lumber store to cook on, but apparently it works. So anyhow, we're throw these under the old armpit, and I'm going to pick up this laptop, and we're going to walk outside. So here we go. All right. I'm going to be like my friend Mike. He's like, whoa, I'm upside down, whoa. Okay, I won't do that anymore because I know I'm making everybody sick. All right, so we're going to walk outside. Really proud of Facebook, and thanks for doing absolutely nothing. But good job, Facebook. All right, I'm just going to keep going. So here is, all right, so we got a bunch of people coming back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm just going to wait like 2 minutes for people to come back on, okay? Because this was a disaster. This is a low-budget production. There's no money invested in this at all, so just remember that. Put the fan on. I'm going to throw our fan on here. What happened to our fan? Okay, well, my fan's not working. That's tip-top. Let me just check the remote. There it goes. All right. Whew. It's hot outside. All right. So I'm back. Sorry, Denise. We only got 2 people now. I guess everybody just bailed on me, so it's time to just keep going. All right. So the grill is a little hot, but that's okay. So we're going to open up the grill, just kind of get it going. And we got our cedar plank salmon. So our cedar planks. So we throw those on the grill, face down. Okay. And we're going to leave those on the grill to get nice and toasty for 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and check the time. It's 9:24. So we're going to do 3 minutes. And I'm going to go inside and grab the salmon and bring it out here. So I don't want to move this again because we lost contact last time. So I'll be right back. All right, gotta get the salmon. Okay, yeah. Denise, can you still hear me? Give me a little like comms check. Hello, comms check. Check, check. Can you hear me? Hello? All right, I don't know if anybody can hear me. But can you hear me? All right, cool. So we got a lemon. So we're gonna go ahead and cut some slices into the lemon. Here we go. Just like nice little slices. Just slices. Nothing out of the ordinary. Do 2 per piece of salmon. So it's 6 lemon slices for those of you that are not good in math. There we go. Done. All right. My wine. I forgot it inside. He olvidado mi vino. Y tú necesitas vino también, che. This was bad. I'm going to fix this next time. I'll be better. But that's okay. At least you're here, Denise, because this is who I'm doing it for. There's the salmon. Look at that. Mmm. Ready to go. So by now, I'm smelling the cedar planks, and it's getting nice and toasty. That's what we want. Look at this. Not yet, though. We got another minute. So at 9:28, we're going to flip these babies over, and we're going to throw the cedar plank salmon on. So here we go. And my wine's coming. My father-in-law's here, and he's going to drink wine with me. He's coming out. Ah, thank you. I'm practicing because they only speak Spanish. Here's my father-in-law coming to save the day with the vino. Denise is on. She's from, what is it, Ecuador? I don't remember. Salud. Salud. Mmm. Rico, ¿no ve? Rico. All right. Now, one of the reasons I drink wine too. Oh, she says hola. See? Hola. Oh, El Salvador. Eso. Ella es de El Salvador. El Salvador. Sí. One of the reasons I drink wine, as you may or may not know, is to really liven the spirits of cooking. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than cooking boring. You know, you got to get emotion in your food. All right. So here's our food, or our planks. Here's the planks. See, they're just kind of hanging out there. And we're going to flip these puppies over now. So just grab a little spatula. See that? Getting nice and burned. That's what you want. You want that burn. There you go. You got a nice burn on both of those. And now we're going to put the salmon on there. So hold on. I don't want to get crazy. Just drop the camera a little bit. There we go. I lost like the whole audience, Denise. Pretty terrible. All right, so we're going to go 1 right across that. Get some nice crackling from the wood too. 2. And, oh, I forgot to put the lemons underneath there. Hold on. Got to put some lemons underneath there. There we go. Let me put the lemons under this guy. Oof. 1, 2. And the big one. 1, 2. All right. That's it. Close the lid. And we want to control the temperature to be right about 400. Okay? You don't want to do any more than 400. So you're going to watch your temperature, and it's exactly 15 minutes. So we're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. Let's put that timer in there. Timer 15 minutes. All right, so we got Google going. Google's got our timer going, so that's good. Let me go ahead and turn the camera back around. All right. So while we have that timer going, I'm a little bit afraid to move inside, but we're going to go ahead and try it because I'm on 2.4. So let me go ahead and hand this over to my... Vamos a ir adentro. Okay. Ojalá no se corta otra vez. All right, so we're going to go back inside again. Oh, Larissa's here. Don't cut. This shouldn't cut. If this does, then Facebook just really sucks. And I'll never do it on Facebook again. Yeah. Oh, that's what I told you. You missed that part. So if you don't have a grill, you can absolutely do it in the oven. You just stick the cedar planks. Let me just set this camera up here. There we go. All right. Perfect. Okay. So yes, you can absolutely do it in the oven. What you would do is you would stick the oven on like 325 or 350, I can't remember, and you just throw the planks in there while it's actually heating up and preheating. And when you do that, the planks will get nice and toasty, and then you can do the same thing in the oven. It may take a little bit longer, but you can do it in the oven. So yes, you can do it in the oven. And actually, we're right on time because we're 20 seconds left on our 23-minute timer, and then we'll kill the rice. And we're going to want to let that go for 5 minutes. Our water for our asparagus is boiling, so that's good. And we're going to cut the asparagus. We're going to get that ready to go ahead and in. And that only takes 2 minutes, so you don't want to spend too much time on that. So everything's about timing. We're going to have it all going. Alyssa, oh, okay, Alexis, yeah. All right, so that's our timer. Kill the rice. Don't open it. I know you want to get excited and open the lid and see what's going on. Don't open it. All right, so we'll keep our water boiling. And now we're going to add a little salt to it. Okay. And our timer on Google is 12 minutes. So we have a 12-minute timer going. So we're going to try to time this. In the meantime, what do you do to kill time? You talk and you drink. So, one of the other things I've been starting to use while we're killing some time is this thermometer, but it's a laser thermometer, so you can kind of check temperatures on stuff. 193 degrees, pretty cool. So you should pick up one of these if you're a big temperature person, because for some reason I've been able to actually shoot the food and figure out if chicken's done, which is, you can do it by hand, but it's pretty cool just to have like technology at your fingertips. So I would definitely do that. All right, so let's get the asparagus out. We're going to prep that. All right, so I got fresh asparagus. Oh, wait, where's my wifey working? Yes, she's actually in France right now on a business trip for 12 days. And so one of the stipulations for this show is I do it when she's not here, because then normally I'd be spending time with my wife. But since I have nothing better to do with my time and the kids are sleeping, there you go. All right. So, but good question. Thanks for asking. Okay, so here we go. Grab our asparagus. Man, I'm really bummed that this thing cut out, but what are you going to do? All right, I need to get our chopping block. Here we go. All right, so asparagus. Some people I've read just break the ends off, and where the asparagus breaks is where it was meant to be cut. I feel like when you do that, you lose a good chunk of asparagus, because I feel, like right there, that could have been very good asparagus. So I don't do the break method. I just basically do I look at the big batch of asparagus. So I take the big batch and I just cut like the bottom half off. It's like celery, It's all really good for you. There's really no reason to cut the whole thing, but I'm just going to cut a chunk of it off. So here we go. That's it. Plus, who wants to sit and break a bunch of little mini ones? So there's our chunks that we cut off. So go ahead and dump that. Okay. The other thing we're going to get ready is our glaze. So we got our glaze right here. This is the good stuff. It's a lot more expensive for this glaze, but it's definitely worth it because I've tried a number of glazes at Publix, and this one seems to be the biggest, well, the most delicious. And it's from Modena, so it is imported from Italy, and you can actually make your own balsamic glaze, actually. You take balsamic vinegar and you dump it in a pan. It takes about 45 minutes, and you sit there and sear, like basically simmer it, and simmer and simmer and simmer, and it just evaporates all the vinegar, and then you're left with the glaze. But I've done that too, and again, I'd rather just buy it. But if you're feeling ballsy and you want to do it yourself, that's how you do it. Literally just boil it, and all the water and the vinegar just evaporates, and you ended up with this nice glaze. Okay, so we got our glaze, and we need our plates. I'm a white plate guy because you can really see your ingredients and everything on the plate. So we're going to get that ready. Okay. And let's check our timer because I want to make sure we're good on time. So we got 8 minutes. So once we get to the maybe the 4-minute mark, I'm going to, actually, you know what? We'll wait for the salmon to be done. And here's why, because it literally takes about 2 minutes for the minute and a half or so for the asparagus to be ready. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to drain the water. We're going to put it back in the pan, put a little olive oil, little garlic powder, and just kind of toss it in a little olive oil, and that's how we'll do it. So like I said, I'm not a traditional blancher where you would normally take it and just throw it in ice water to stop the cooking process. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, so that's what's going on. But definitely willing to take questions if you have a question. I don't really know. I'm having a little difficulty this time filling the time. It's hard. But at about, when we get to the 5 or 4 minute mark, we'll fluff the rice just to kind of get it to aerate a little bit. And the grill should be going good. Let me make sure our temperature is still at 400. Yep, we're still at 400. So that's good. Oh, man. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate it. I feel bad again, like I lost half the audience. Oh, Mark McCleary's here. Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining. For those of you that joined late or didn't see the beginning catastrophe where I lost comms because Facebook doesn't retry, we're doing cedar plank salmon. We soaked our salmon planks ahead of time. They've been soaking for about 2.5 hours in salted water. We, oh yeah, we have rice going. We toasted the rice. It's Jasmine rice, which is nice and flavorful. It's an aromatic rice as opposed to, it's a long grain rice as opposed to just your standard white rice. And there's some thyme and onion chips in it, so that's really delicious, and we're looking forward to that. We got some asparagus pre-chopped, ready to go, which we're going to go ahead and just boil real quick before we go ahead and get ready to plate. So I think we started at 9:01. It's 9:38, so I'm keeping pretty good on my 40-minute-ish time frame to get this meal done. So we got 6 minutes to go, but yeah. I'm glad that you guys are here. I mean, this is nice. It's nice to have people watching, you know. But yeah, so here we go. Cheers. Hope you guys are enjoying your evening. Got a weekend coming up. Just had a pool built, just to give you a little information on myself. Pool finished 2 days ago, and today was the first day we went in it with everybody, so that was actually really fun and had a good time there. So definitely good times. ¿Qué vamos a hacer, no ve? Estamos esperando. Toma vino, exactly. He's like, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to just drink and fill the gap. My father-in-law's got his Florida shirt on, nice and floral, and he's all in. He used to never wear sandals, and now he's a sandals guy. He takes sandals back to Bolivia. He's just Mr. Sandals. It's pretty good. It's a good time here at the Kaplan residence. And actually, I'll go ahead and show you. We're a little out of control. See this? That's what's going on at our house. We got 43 bottles of wine waiting for the fridge that was supposed to be here last week. Had a wine fridge coming to put all that in. And, well, it didn't come. And the company basically told me that it got lost in the mail, which I knew was a bologna sandwich because it never got sent. So it's supposed to be here on Monday. So we'll see. All right, so let's check our timer. So we got 4 minutes going. So this is good. We're going to go ahead and fluff the rice. So pull your lid off, grab a fork. There it is. See? There's our rice. We're going to fluff it. Fluff, 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 fluff. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Just give it a nice fluff. And what's the most important thing that Chef Ramsay always says? Taste your food. Got to taste your food. Perfect. Boss, ¿quieres probar? A ver. Dime la verdad, too. Okay. A ver. There it is, people. All right. So you fluffed it. Stick your lid back on. Let's not get carried away. Oh, got some more people joining. All right. So now check our timer. We don't want to mess up. We're at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the asparagus in our pot and push it down. You guys can't see that, so let me go ahead and turn the camera a little bit. See if I can do this. There we go. All right, so we've dumped the asparagus in. Really, all you want to do is wait for it to turn like a kind of a vibrant green, but we're going to do it about 1.5 minutes before we empty the water. So let's just let it go. And all it is boiled water with a little salt in there. Nothing crazy. So we're going to let that go for 2 minutes. Yep. So we're at 2 minutes 38 seconds. No todavía. Tiene 2 minutos 40 segunditos. Okay. All right. So we'll let that rice go. We got our olive oil. We're going to need that. We're going to need our garlic, because what we're going to do after is we'll empty that, and then we're going to go get the salmon, which I won't take you guys outside to get the salmon this time because we lost connection last time. And then we're going to plate this whole beast. All right. And then I'm going to talk to you about how you know salmon's ready, because it's actually very, very simple to know whether you've overcooked salmon or not. But we're going to find out whether that happened. All right. We need pincers. And do we need anything else? No, that's it. Oh, I need this. Need our strainer. So let's keep checking on our timer. 1:45. You can see right now. Oh, puta. That's not good. You can see our timer is, or our asparagus is nice and green, starting to get nice and green. So hold on. I spilled the water on my laptop. Go figure. That's okay though. It can take a little water on there. All right, so keep that going. Got another minute or so. Yep. All right, so we're going to empty out our asparagus. Here we go. Strain it. All right, so nice and green. Okay, put a little olive oil on there. Put some garlic powder. Okay. Just a smidge of salt. Don't get carried away with salt. Just a little. And now put it back on the burner, and you get that nice sear going. Just a little, just kind of tossing it. We're not really cooking it. We're just tossing it. You know, get it nice and incorporated with our olive oil and our garlic and our salt. They got a really nice color to them. I wish I didn't spill water all over my laptop. Hopefully it'll last through this. It's okay. I'm ready for another laptop anyways. It was 5 years old. There we go. Got a little sear. That's our timer. So let me go ahead and stop that. All right. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab the salmon. So let me grab our little plate. Don't leave. Oh, it's outside. Okay. Here we go. Here's our salmon. So, we're going to take a look at here. So you see this is the salmon. It's nice and moist still. And what you're going to see is there's this, let me see if I can get it on camera. See this little white stuff, this goo? Just when that stuff starts coming out, that's when you know the salmon is cooked. Just like any fish, when you cook fish, if you overcook it, the oils start to come out, and that's when you get that fishy taste. So this is actually perfect. So we're going to lay this down here on the counter. Okay? And now we're going to plate. So let's grab a plate. And we're going to plate my father-in-law first because he's the guinea pig and it's I'm courteous. All right. So grab our rice. And I tend to use these little bowls here. Right? There's these little bowls to give a perfect portion of rice. I don't know why, but it seems to be the right portion. I'm all about portion control. Let me go ahead and fill one of these up. There we go. Okay, so we got that filled up. Take our plate and you go top of your plate. Let's flip it over. Bam, look at that. Nice little ball of rice. Okay. Then we're going to take some asparagus. And we'll put our asparagus on the plate. Like a little bed of asparagus. Just a couple of them. There we go. Okay, got our bed of asparagus there. See if I can move this camera a little closer so we can see what's going on. There we go. It's hard to tell with this light. Let's see, is that, see kind of our, there we go. So we got our rice, we got our bed of asparagus, and now we're going to put the piece of salmon. So give us, let me get the piece of salmon. Where's my spatula? I'll move this over here real quick. Okay, so we got our piece of salmon on there with the rice, and then the final piece is our balsamic glaze. So we take the balsamic glaze, we just kind of drizzle it on there. And there you have it, people. Cedar plank salmon a la Kaplan. Sorry that this was a technical difficulty. But now we're going to have my father-in-law try it. And he's either going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All right, so here we go. ¿Vas a probar? Y tiene que decir si está bien o no está bien. Ok, tenedor. Ya está. Oh, ¿y quieres un limoncito? No. Okay. Here he goes. He's going to try it, everybody. He's had my Cedar Plank salmon a million times, but this time I did a little different. He's going to try it.
Very good.
Very good. 100 puntos. 100 puntos? Okay. Well, that's it. That's all I got. I'm sorry. This is a low budget, and it didn't exactly go smoothly, but that's the Cedar Plank salmon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concatenate this video into one big video because obviously we had a little hiccup here. And then I'll make sure that that's all one solid video. And then I upload it to my YouTube channel, which is after 9. So this was episode 2. It'll probably get smoother as we go. Next time I won't be on 5 gigahertz. I'll stay on 2.4 so I don't drop it if I ever have to go back outside. But I think the next meal will keep everything inside so it's a little bit more smooth. But thanks for joining. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good weekend. And, if you didn't get to follow along and cook with me, try it on your own. And let me know what you think of the recipe. And we can refine it or make changes. And if it sucks, tell me, hey, TCAP, that was a horrible recipe. So, salud y buenas noches. Salud.
Salud.
Ciao, ciao.